Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. 7:30. It's Monday, September 22nd. Yes. Yes. Whew. How are you guys doing? How was you guys' weekend? Did you get any rest? Did you get any sleep? Did you do anything? I didn't get much rest. I didn't get much rest all week. It was like a long week. But yes, I'm not gonna say I'm nowhere near the highway, but I might be like 10 minutes late today. It's okay because I'm still gonna be there. Late and all, I will be there. But yes, I'm on my way in. Yeah, I need to lay down. I'm always talking about laying down. But anyway, yeah, so I had a decent weekend. Like I said, I had a long week leading up to the weekend. But Sophia had her cheer off. They won 3rd place. And so that was good. So we're happy about that we placed. And so that was good. That was fun. Yesterday was a long day. You know, they have to do from 1st grade all the way through 8th grade. And so we went on at about like 12 something. And every group is like an hour. You know, they go through the whole grade, you know, whether it's a large group, medium-sized group, or a small group. All of the 4th graders, for instance, go. And then they do their, announce the winners. And then like 20 minutes or so pass. And then they let the 5th graders come and they go through that. So yesterday was a long day. But it was successful. Even though we didn't win, we still won 3rd place. And so last year we got 2nd place. So now I might have to try to be, I might have to try to get involved. I need us to win. I need us to go to 1st place. So I'm like, do I need to get involved? I might have to see what I can do. But I will be like a strict coach or a strict assistant. So, you know, I keep saying, like, I don't want you to get upset with me if your daughter is like crying and saying like we being too hard, because it's like, in order to win, you got to practice 100 times. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to keep going. You got to stop playing. But anyway, we'll see for next year. Next year, the girls will be a little older. They'll be 10, 11. So we'll see, you know, they can take it or not. But if they can't if I see they can't take it, then I'll just be on the sideline, you know, cheering them on. But I'm not going to get involved if I don't think they can take it. But anywho, yeah, it was still fun. They worked hard and they got 3rd place. So, so that's that. But anywho, what else has been going on? So much. The same crap has been going on. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I didn't come on Friday because, what happened on Friday? I just couldn't pay the $5, you know? I just couldn't pay the $5 on Friday. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my schedule because they're trying to play us once again with the schedules. And so, you see how you confidently walking with your bike and the light is green? But okay. Okay, sir. You know what I mean? I hate when people do dangerous shit and then it's like, yeah, and if something happens, the way I'm going to drive around you, because I don't have time, the way that you didn't have time to wait is the same way I'm not going to have time to be like, 911, there's been an accident. Like, enough. We're going to have to get somebody else to do it. But, anywho, so anyway, what has been going on down to the internet? Everything. Too much. It's too much. First of all, Cardi B finally announced that she was pregnant. Now, let's just talk about how she doesn't have to announce it. We can see that she's pregnant, but everybody makes it seem like she's denying it because she's not saying it out loud. That's not what's going on here. I don't remember anyone asking her specifically if she was pregnant. And because no one asked her, she never denied anything. She wasn't asked the question. She was just doing her thing at court, whatever. It was obvious she was pregnant, which I already said. I'm sorry, I should have let her pass. But Yeah, and so she got on there with Gayle King and told Gayle what we already knew. She's just confirming it. And it's like, people act like you got to say it in order to make it seem like enough. Oh, God. So, yeah, she's pregnant. And, you know, she says she's happy. She's feeling good. Now, let's talk about how she did cry for a second, right? She was crying and she was upset. You know, talking about her situation with her ex-husband. Now, I don't know if the divorce is finalized yet, but, you know, it is what it is. Now, here's the thing, you know, this idea that she's crying because she's still in love. She's crying because she's not over it. She's crying because the situation hurts. Okay? That's the only reason why she's crying, because it hurts. That doesn't mean she's in love. Enough, people. Like, she's not over it. She's pregnant, okay? By somebody else who she liked and potentially loves. It doesn't mean she hates Offset. She's just, but it also doesn't mean that she's not hurt. She's still hurt. I mean, a divorce is a death. It's something to grieve. You know what I mean? Especially if you've been with somebody for a long time, you got kids with them. It is something to grieve. You know what I mean? It's sad. But let's put it in perspective, people. There's a lot of things that hurt us besides a divorce or breakup that will bring you to tears. Just talking about it, thinking about it, remembering it. And that's really all we saw happen. You know what I mean? I don't think she wants to be with Offset. What's there to want there? There's nothing to want. Okay? Offset been cheating on her from day one. Embarrassing her from day one. Okay? There's nothing to be in love with. Okay? There's nothing there to desire. And so I think people really got it jacked up when they think a person could, just because they could cry about something that hurts them, means that they're in love and she loved that man and she just, no, that's for you. That's not for everybody. Okay? That's the kind of BS y'all do. Okay? For everybody that thinks that. That's for you. That's not for everybody. You know? It's really not for most people, in my opinion, at least. It's like, no. You know what I mean? If you bring up somebody's, we don't talk about grief. If you bring up somebody that passed away, you might start crying too. Right? Now, if somebody's supposed to say to you that you're not over it and you need to get over it, you crying about somebody that died, you're supposed to be told to get over it. They dead. Why are you still crying about it? Can you imagine? Something that hurts you, something that bothers you, you're being told to get over it, leave it alone, and then further be insulted by saying a person that hurt you, you want to be with, and you love them so much. No, that's for y'all suckers that still love people that hurt you. Okay? That's not for everybody. So that got on my nerves, just everybody thinking she's still in love. There's nothing to be in love with. She tried everything she could to make her relationship work, including getting pregnant that third time. And then where she is pissing me off though is when she was on the Breakfast Club saying that she would get married again. Now listen, I'm not mad at her for saying it, but it's just like, enough. Like, even with being with Stefan, why you couldn't just bone that nigga without having to get pregnant? Why you gotta get pregnant? Why do y'all have to get pregnant? Okay? Why you can't just have a good old time without the pregnancy? Enough! Okay? Jeez. I'm not saying she shouldn't want to get married again. I'm just saying she should not want to get married again. I mean, what is being married? Anyway, go ahead, Cardi. Congratulations to Cardi. You know what I mean? I'm sure she is feeling as good as she's saying, but of course, I'm also sure that when she has to talk extensively and people are asking her about her relationship, yeah, it still hurts to talk about it. It probably will hurt for a long time, you know? I'm sure she's questioning every decision she's ever made. You know what I mean? On top of the fact that pregnancy produces way more hormones, and we already got enough of those. You know what I mean? So yeah, she's happy. She's sad, still mourning. Yeah, she's still mourning and grieving her past relationship. Meanwhile, she's moved on. She also has to grapple with the fact that Stefan Diggs got everybody pregnant, okay, including me. Everybody pregnant by his ass. You know what I'm saying? Including her. It's a lot going on. She got an album coming out. She's trying to keep everything together. She got an album out. She dissing people. She dissed Bia down to the ground. She called her a meatball. I was crying. I was like, damn. She called Bia a meatball, said she was Italian. Not that there's anything wrong with being Italian. We all love meatballs. But the point is, so Cardi B got a lot going on. You know what I mean? She got an album out. She's in the middle of divorce. She's pregnant. Her hormones are everywhere. Her new baby daddy got kids all over the place, as well as her old baby daddy, which is why it's like, get it together, girl. Dial it back. Okay, go ahead and have this baby, but be done. Be done. You know what I mean? Be done here. Be done here. You know, we really don't need no more babies anyway, contributing to capitalism, right? Especially when too many people don't want to believe that money matters, okay? I talked about capitalism last week, okay? Capitalism is about being able to buy your happiness. It's about money. Don't let anybody tell you money doesn't matter. It only doesn't matter to people who ain't got none, okay? And I ain't got none. So it's easy for me to make it seem like money doesn't matter. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I need money. I need money to pay my bills. I need money to get my nails done. I need money so that earrings like this I can purchase. I need money. I need money. I'm never going to pretend that I don't. And I'm never going to choose love over money. But I'm not choosing money over love either. It's just that it's like, what are my priorities? That's what it boils down to. You know, you can't be a gold digger when there's no gold. Okay? So, but yeah, congratulations to Cardi B, and hopefully as she goes through this pregnancy, goes through this album cycle, maybe some things in her mind would change about how she's carrying her love life. You know what I mean? It's given, girl, just take care of your kids and have fun with these men if you're still going to date and be out there. She's a hopeless romantic, and the hopelessness part is obviously the standout part. And it's like, I don't need you to be hopeless, because that's how you find yourself in a situation like this. You know what I mean? Let me get over. But yeah, I made it to the highway. So now I got to cross over 30 lanes. Everybody got to go back to work. But anywho, yeah, so congratulations to Cardi. Now, speaking of babies, so Nick Cannon was also on The Breakfast Club, right? I said, let me see what's going on here. Okay, The Breakfast Club been having some interviews lately, and I got to talk about them all, because everybody who did their share of making me laugh and pissing me off. So Nick Cannon was up there talking about, basically sounding regretful that he got 30 kids. And it's like, you know, he didn't say he regretted it, but he did say, you know, that he was being like childish. It sounds like that he's been doing some therapy. And so he's using different terminologies, and he's able to do what appears to be like some critical thinking about the situation he now finds himself in. He realizes that he has spread himself extremely thin, that he's not going to be able to be there for every kid the way he should be able to be there for his kids. And it's just unfortunate for him and the kids, because it's like, Nick, you're sick, and then you were acting sick, mostly in the head, by doing what you were doing. And it doesn't make sense that it took 12 times for you to not see that enough was enough with having all these goddamn kids. Now, when Nick was having all these kids, everybody was saying shit like, he could take care of them. He could take care of them. No, he can't. No, he cannot. Okay? And that's what he explained on The Breakfast Club. No one can take care of 12 kids. I'm trying not to cuss and carry on, because I be getting passionate. But now, Nick Cannon got the money. The money, listen, okay? That's relative, because Nick Cannon is going to have to work the rest of his life in order to always have the money, okay? The idea that he can retire right now and then be able to take care of 12 kids, keeping them in a certain lifestyle, you got to be able to understand basic math to know that that's not true, okay? He's going to have to work. He cannot retire. People who got 30 kids, I'm trying not to use all the F-bombs this morning. I don't know why I'm hyped up. But He has to keep working in order for his kids to have the lifestyle that he's established for them. Okay. And guess what? As we all know who have kids, as kids get older, it becomes more expensive. It becomes more expensive. So, Nick Cannon has to keep working. Now they asked him like, if he regretted, they didn't say, if they didn't use the word regret. They said, do you think that if you had gone to therapy previously, do you think you would have 12 kids? And then he says, I don't know. Right? And I think he knows. I think he just doesn't want to be disrespectful and make it be like, hell to the no. You see what I'm saying? Because then whose kids are you denying when you say that? Okay. I can only hope that he's done having kids, that he isn't making any more mistakes or whatever you want to call them. I hope he doesn't do anything on purpose. And I hope he doesn't have any more, woo. Okay, girl. And so that's the point. You spread yourself thin financially and mentally and emotionally. It's not a possibility, okay? Even listen, Santa Claus is fake because even he can't get to everybody else. Okay? Santa can't do it on time. Even Santa can't do it. And so how the hell Nick Cannon gonna do it? Meanwhile, he still got to shoot Wildin' Out, shoot America's Got Talent, or whatever his jobs are. He has to go to work in order for them kids to just be able to have what they have. Okay? Never mind the fact that as they get older, no matter what setup he has now, doesn't mean that they won't come after him for child support. Okay? Because some people may not want to have to deal with him. And a lot of people got it twisted when it comes to why a woman would ask for child support. Okay? But Nick Cannon, that's still something that's he needs to consider that could be on his plate at some point, where it's like, listen, I don't want to have to really go back and forth with you. Just send the money and we don't have to talk about it. Now, no matter how anybody feels about women who do that or feel that way, everybody's entitled to their feelings. But that doesn't change anything. Some people really don't want to be bothered. Just pay for this kid and let's get the hell on. You know what I mean? And then that's just that. Everybody doesn't have time for tradition, ideas, and doing things one way just because you used to do it one way. Or because people expect you to do things one way or a certain way or the way you used to do it. Like I said last week, when you start changing and you start choosing yourself, when people notice it and they bring it up to you or call you out, you should only be thankful that the changes you made are obvious, people can see it, and you thank them for noticing because you've been working really hard on the change. People need to know any change you make for yourself has nothing to do with anybody else. Does it affect them? Maybe, depending on what your relationship is. Maybe it does affect them. But that's not, again, you're not on the priority list of the changes that anybody needs to make for themselves. It's like, exclude yourself, please. Go find you something to do. Or whatever. And so, I'm sure he wishes he made the different decision. It's not even about saying the word regret, like as if he don't want them. They're here now. It's water under the bridge. They're here. But I'm sure he wishes he had made a different decision. And I could tell from interviews he did previously that he had wished he made this different decision sooner. Earlier, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is now, Now you got 30 kids out there. And so, that's that. And luckily, Mariah, she don't need nothing. I'm sure she just like, take care of your kids. You could, we're cool. We could be cool. We could be cordial. We could be cordial. We could be cool. You know what I mean? If she would have bust out crying about her divorces, maybe there's a remnant of the pain that's associated with it that happened at the time. And when you bring it up, can you be triggered by that pain? Yes. It doesn't mean she wants to get back with Tommy Mottola or Nick Cannon. It means that she has a memory or something's triggered, something that hurt her in her past, and she's able to, the emotions behind that doesn't just go away. You know what I mean? Even after 20, 30 years. For some people, like I said, with death, a divorce is like a grieving a death of a person, and it's also a lot of mental games that play with your mind about the decisions you've made and whether everything you've done has been a mistake or, you know what I mean? And so it's like it's a lot more nuance, and you got to do critical thinking and be able to think past a certain point to have what everybody's talking about now, which is sympathy and compassion. Okay? And so, And so who's the third person that's on that came on the Breakfast Club, y'all? Dame Dash. Y'all. Dame Dash was up there acting so childish. I could not take it. I was just like, oh my God. He was making me so mad when he kept saying, can you stop interrupting me? Why do you keep interrupting me? And then he want to spend the next 2 to 3 minutes explaining about how Charlamagne kept interrupting him. I was just like, oh my God, get on with it. Dame, you want to be a boss so bad. Listen, you a self-proclaimed boss. And yeah, we are mad. I am mad. Like, you know how you be like, I ain't mad at you. I am mad at you, Dame. Because enough is enough. Okay? Enough is enough. I think some of what he was saying was true. As far as like his family has this and the family bank or the family whatever. Yeah, some of that's true. Most of the part, it's like, dang, we've been knowing you for 30 years. Enough. Enough. You are nobody's boss, okay? Nobody's listening to you. Nobody's listening to you, Dave. Nobody cares about what you're talking about, okay? You owe everybody money. Everybody sued you. You try to throw Claudia Jordan in it. I mean, it's too much. Dang. The level of respect that we had for you and would have had before, it's not that it's completely gone. It's just that it's like, you see how you could be on a Breakfast Club and get clowned the way you did? Y'all was both taking shots. I mean, I was crying. He definitely called Charlamagne a bald-headed girl, and I was screaming. But, and then Charlamagne was like, start a new record label and call it Debt Jam because he's in debt and you broke. God, it was going back and forth. It was going at each other, and I was crying. I'm like, this is too much. It's too much. But yeah, Dame extra childish, annoying, and he thinks that just because, like, listen, yeah. You're trying to gaslight us to make it seem like, you know, you tell the truth and what happened with your teeth is something that you're willing to share because, you know, it's the truth, blah, blah, blah. No, what happened with your teeth is something you're willing to share because you realize it's easier to share that than to keep denying what we all saw, which was your teeth go flying out your mouth. Okay? Now, listen, any and all of us could use some work on our teeth, I'm sure. But again, it goes back to the gaslighting. I don't care about his teeth or nothing like that. Listen, I got my own teeth to worry about. I could use to go to the dentist right now myself, okay? But it's like, Dame, please, okay? Why? What is the reason? What is the reason? Then he slick tried to get paid. He tried to put up a tip jar and was like, every time you say this word, we put money in there. No. You're not getting ready to hustle me at my job. I'm here to get paid, okay? I was like, this Negro is out of his mind, you know, out of his mind. But yeah, so those three, the Breakfast Club was pretty busy, and I was crying, laughing. I got to keep on going from hot to cold to hot, well, not hot to cold, but like my AC, I got to put it on, and then I got to take it off. Then I got to put it on. Yeah, he tried to say he was the revolt chairman. Sir. People be lying when all you got to do is go to Google and be like, what? Let me call Revolt up right now. Hello? Look, I use the updated cell phone to answer the phone call instead of this one back in the day. This is the one the kids use because you got to hold it like Anywho, y'all. Yeah, so Dame was up there tripping. Teeth sounding like they about to fall out his mouth. Cardi up there tripping. Oh my gosh, she just beat us so bad. I was like, damn. But she got a few good songs out. She got the album is pretty decent. And so, again, congratulations to Cardi on that. But yeah. And so another show that I think not show, but like what's that show? Cameron and Mace got a show. It Is What It Is. I think that's what the show is called. And so Cameron has AB, which is Adrian Bronner, the boxer. He was on that show. And one of their hosts or correspondents, like, why are you not moving? One of his correspondents, I guess Adrian Bronner found the girl attractive, right? And of course, he had to do too much. Oh, yeah, she this, she that, she this, she that. Or whatever. And so I guess Cameron asked him to stop. And then he's like, all right. And then he goes like, yeah, but she's just so mesmerizing and blah, blah, blah. And Cam is like, yo, she got a boyfriend. Her boyfriend's here. Like, you being disrespectful, blah, blah, blah. Adrian Bronner can't stop. And so Cameron's like, listen, I'll pay you for the day. You know, please leave if you want to meet us outside, blah, blah, blah. I don't think he was like inviting him to a fight, but also it sounded like whatever. But, oh, and of course it's like, you know, AB might be crazy, but Cameron, I don't think you could beat him. But he put him out or whatever. And while on one hand I can appreciate him putting him out for being disrespectful, it's like him, you know, you disrespectful like that too. You do shit like that too. You know what I mean? And the difference is, then nobody have no place to put you out of. That's the only difference between what Adrian Bronner did and what you did the last time you did that. Now, what am I saying here? All women hate when men do that shit. Enough, guys. Enough. Okay? You don't have to harass me to get my attention. It's not a need. But you also need to be able to figure out your own personal feelings. Like your emotional intelligence needs to be high enough to be able to accept that everybody ain't interested in you just because. I get it. All women are supposed to be happy to be in a relationship. Lucky if they get in one. I get it, right? Do us a favor, guys, and get with us, you know. Call my line up. Do me a favor, please. I need a man. And so that's supposed to be the women's position. And when that's not your position, that's when you ended up being called a bitch and blah, 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 blah. And so, and no matter what Cam did in that moment, that's the kind of Negro you are, Cam. You a harassing type dude. Okay? You a harasser. And you don't expect no woman to tell you no either. It's just that you use that opportunity to clean up how you get down. And so now it's going to be interesting to see how Cam carries things from this point on, because it's like you policing somebody up. And, you know, AB was like, oh, okay, but Cam, y'all all do this. Again, it's not every man. It's just always a man. That's the bottom line. Ask any woman. But don't ask women who are pick-me's, you know, who are male, so male-oriented that they can't see past the obvious, you know what I mean? So don't ask them, because they ain't going to be no help even though they know the truth. Even though they know the truth. But yeah, so Cam kicked AB out, and it was just like, I get it, Cam, you know, you try to be the hero right now, but whatever. So yeah, let me ask y'all something. Have they put those flags back up to flying full, or they still have staff? What's going on? I don't know. I'm trying not to keep up with what's going on with that private citizen who was unfortunately murdered by somebody that looked like him. You know, I'm not really trying to keep up with that story. I don't need to. The story has happened. You know what I mean? So he was a certain kind of person, and he believed in certain things, and those beliefs came to fruition. And that's that. And so, yeah, enough about that. But, and speaking of what happened with him, so Jimmy Kimmel gets on his show and says, he didn't even talk about that man. Okay, we obviously know that the topic of what happened was what was on the table, but he was talking about Trump. And he was saying how, and he showed a clip of how when Trump was asked, how was he doing? Because we know old boy was a good friend of yours or whatever, like you knew him. How do you feel? And Trump said, you know, I think I'm doing pretty well. And then he goes, and you know what? Look at those trucks over there and blah, blah, blah. And he immediately points the attention to something else. And Jimmy Kimmel says about that he's like having the attention of a fourth grader, like, you know, and all of a sudden, just because Jimmy Kimmel points that out, now they want to take his show off indefinitely. So the people down to Hulu and Disney have lost $4 billion so far. The people have canceled their Disney trip, Disney cruise. Okay, and listen. This is how it all works. Like I said, we live in capitalistic America. Whether you're able to participate in the way you would really love to or not, it doesn't change the fact that that is American culture. Capitalism is American culture. It is about money, and I suggest all of us do whatever we can to try to get as much money as we can. Don't let anybody tell you money don't matter. It always will matter. It matters when you ain't got none, for sure. Like I said, even though we all claim that it doesn't matter, money is not everything. It's not every single thing, but it's in the top 2. It might not be the number 1 thing, but it might be the number 2. And if you hold 3 spots, it's in one of the 3 spots. Okay? Money is needed. Money is needed. Okay? Money makes you real comfortable. I think Deion Sanders said it best. He said it must be the money. Money gonna change me. He said money gonna change my address, my phone number, my wardrobe. Touche. Touche. Okay? Let me get a hold of a couple dollars. Okay? Let me get a hold of it. I'm not, my personality is not going to change. But my address will. I will be upgrading. Oh, yes. Let's not pretend we don't all know that that's the case. Let's not pretend that when we get our tax return, we ain't buying the same TVs over and over. Okay? It must be the money. Money might not make you happy, but it makes everything convenient. It makes it easier to try to get happy. That's for sure. Money makes it easier for you to try to get happy. So money itself might not be the thing, but it can put you in situations, in rooms, and allow you to enjoy resources that will allow you to be happier than you've ever been. That's a fact. Every time I get money, I am a little bit happier than I was right before. It's like, oh. Okay, and that's just the truth. I'm not a person who's going to deny that. But yeah, so it's jacked up. The people are protesting about the Jimmy Kimmel situation. 8:02. Oh, and Lord knows I'm not calling to say I'm about to be late. Y'all know what it is. I left on time. That's all I know. I left in enough time to get me here. I will not be designated more than an hour to be on the road. That's it. That's all I have. And so whatever that's going to mean is what it's going to mean when I get there. But yeah, I can't be on the road more than an hour as far as when I leave. If it takes more than an hour. But yeah, I'm not. So, but anywho, guys, yeah, so all types of messed up stuff was going on down to the block. Wait a minute. Now, here's what's so funny about, what's this person name? Who dissed him? Glorilla dissed Young Thug, and I'm crying. I don't know if y'all heard that. I mean, whoo! Cardi B dissing Bia, and Glorilla dissed Young Thug for a whole track, 3 minutes straight. She called him all the names. Look at this mother lover. He got a navigation right here, and he holding his phone. Sunbeltrentals.com. You know, I gotta let y'all know that in case he sideswiped me or something. Then I can get my settlement. Okay. And then it'll be the money that changes me. Ow. Anywho, yeah, so Glorilla dissed Young Thug, as she should have, because he was down to the jailhouse rock, okay, running his mouth about any and everything, okay, getting his Wendy Williams on, okay, trying to take my job. He said, if we gotta go to jail for the rest of our lives, whoop-dee-doo. Now, I think personally, if he was a little bit older, he would have said, whoop-dee-damn-doo. But, you know, he ain't, you know, he got a little bit more growing up to do. He don't know that damn should have been in the middle of whoop-dee. Whoop-dee-damn-doo is what he should have said, but... Yeah, so now everybody's saying whoop-dee-doo, and I'm crying, laughing about that. But yeah, y'all, I can't, okay? I can't. Y'all drinking water? I'm about to take a sip of this water knowing that it's going to hurt my stomach. But that, you know how, like, I keep saying it, you know how, like, you be hungry, and then you take a sip of water, and it hurt? I'm going to do it. Let's see if it hurt. Look, it's the sadism and the masochism for me. Okay, so my lipstick didn't stain too much. Okay, it don't hurt that bad. Wait, I feel like it's getting ready to hurt. Let me see. Okay, that's okay. I'm gonna have a salad today, y'all. I gotta get skinny by this weekend. What's the reason? I don't have nothing going on this weekend, but I need to slim down by this weekend. But let me see, what else has happened? Is there anything else going down that we need to discuss? Oh, did y'all see the show, The Girlfriend? So good. So good. I was like, oh, and they set it up for a second season. Now, they don't have to have a second season, okay? Don't forget, guys, every show that we watch does not have to come to an absolute conclusion. You can use your imagination, okay? Use your imagination. Be able to think past a certain point. But The Girlfriend was good. I was like, damn. And right before I watched it, they were saying, like, whose fault was whose fault? Well, I mean, I don't want to give nothing away. Did y'all see it? I know whose fault. I mean, listen. Both of them were wild. Both of them were wild. Okay? The mother and the girlfriend. Both of them was out of control. But yeah, that was a good one. And then I'm watching Black Rabbit, but I'm only on like episode 2, I think. And so, it's pretty dark. And when I mean dark, I mean not only the theme, but literally the background. Like, it's dark. You know what I mean? It's not a lot of, like, they're shooting the movie in the dark or in moody type places. And so, it's supposed to be like a thriller type. And so Jude Law and Jason Bateman, we love both of them. But, yeah, y'all. So I ain't having nothing else too much. I mean, yeah, so I didn't have too much else to cover today unless I'm forgetting something. Am I forgetting anything? Probably. I mean, look, y'all know I could go on and on. I could start talking about some shit that nobody want to hear me talk about. But you do want to hear it, but then you might get mad. Listen, I might get mad. I steps on my own toes too. You know what I mean? Anything I say up here is not meant to step on anybody's toes, but the truth also is that anything I say up here is not about anybody. Don't involve yourself like that. It's not a need. Okay? I'm talking. I'm saying what I have to say, what I want to say. And like I said, if you could get anything out of it, get it. And if you don't get nothing except being entertained or just, I'm in the background, you listening, I could appreciate that too. I appreciate all of y'all that listen and come on. I never know who all watching me. I can't even lurk if I want to find out who watched my show. Who's watching me? I want to know. Make yourself known. Let me stop. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I only might see a couple of y'all come in while I'm doing it. But of course, as we know, when you put up like a video, you don't get to see who watched the video. And so, and I don't mind. You know what I mean? I don't mind at all. But yeah. So I don't know, y'all. I'm about to go because I need to focus on this. I mean, I'm in traffic. What is the damn point? Jesus Christ. This is why I need to find my way. I need to find the loophole. And y'all know I always do. And when I do, I'm going to be cracking up laughing. Right now, I'm not laughing, Instead, my damn nose is flared up. Pissing me off. But, let me see. Exit 94, and I need to be at 91. Okay. I'm going to eat a salad today. I told y'all that because I need to get skinny. I better be skinny today after I eat the salad. You understand? I'm going to eat the salad at 12. By 2 o'clock, I'm hitting that scale and seeing what it says. So I can be pissed. But I did lose a couple of pounds from having my smoothie and trying to do some, like a staircase exercise. So I lost a couple of pounds. But I can't let that dominate. After you lose like 2-3 pounds, you be thinking you skinny for real. And then 2 days later, you eat. And you be like, oh. Whoops. I'm hungry all the time, y'all. I want to eat. I just want to eat and lose weight. You know what I mean? I know you know what I mean. Bogus. Okay. See? These folks driving like they fucking petrified. Pissing me off. Anywho, y'all, I'm about to go. Like I said, congratulations to my daughter again and her team for coming in 3rd place at Cheer Off this weekend. And look, I'm so trifling, y'all. I text the cheer group chat, all the moms and the coaches yesterday. I said, if they got cheer practice tomorrow, as in today, I said, and I put the sleep emoji, I will not be there. I will not be doing 90 miles an hour to go home to get Sophia. No, I need a day. We need a day off. And so today's going to be that day. They were like, oh, well, we're trying to learn a new halftime cheer. And Sophia will figure out that halftime cheer on the next practice. I need to be laying down today after I get home. Okay? That's what I need to be doing. Because I can't spend 2 hours today, this evening, waiting for cheer. I can't. I mean, I guess I could, but I'm not. There we go. I think that's more accurate for me. I'm not. This is unbelievable. What if I don't? I'm not gonna get home. Oh, it's a giant accident. I see. See? Driving like you ain't got no sense. Now you ain't going no damn where, okay? Wherever you thought you was going and you was hauling ass to, now you're going nowhere. And your car's totaled. Damn. Oh! Shit! Ooh, goodness. Oh, my God. Oh! 5 cars, y'all. Shit. All right. I'm going to go from doing 30 miles an hour. Damn. This is why you got to calm down. Enough. Get to where you going safe. If you got to cruise there, cruise. Just cruise on where you need to go. It is no reason to be doing popping a wheelie on in your whip to be going anywhere. I ain't trying to get nowhere that fast. Except maybe to my daughter in an emergency, God forbid. Besides that, the hell, I will get there as soon as I get there. And not a minute sooner. Me haul ass. As I talk, whilst talking trash about speeding, I speed. Alright, 76 is enough. I ain't trying to get to work that goddamn bad. Just need my damn check to clear. Anywho, y'all, I'm about to go. Y'all have a good day today, okay? Don't let nobody piss you off, because today's Monday. Don't let today be the most Monday of all the Mondays, okay? Don't let that happen. Do not let anybody piss you off, okay? The world is already burning. Everybody already died. Everybody got shot. Everybody drowned. It's a genocide going on. It's a mass shooting. It's a sniper. It's a school shooting. Don't let nobody piss you off. It ain't worth it. Okay? Y'all have a good day today, and I'm going to do the same. All right? Peace out, y'all.